Hey there, friends. It's Bill MacDonald, the Right Prescription ELAR Reading Doctor. And today we're going to welcome you to part two of the SWAG. This one will be spelling, writing across grades. And we're basically going to kill four birds with one stone. Technically five because we're going to be doing editing. For those of you that are doing the editing webinar, level 3 is on spelling. So level 3 on swag is also spelling. So they happen to cross paths at the same time. So we're going to show you both groups how to do spelling with punctuation, with possessives, singular, or we'll put it over here in this hand, singular, singular, possessive, plural, plural, possessive, and then proper noun with a proper noun capital. Now, I don't have my hats today, but I did bring two yellow light up balls that you can get at Dollar Tree. And you can't really see this one here, but it is lighting. And so I want you to think of yellow punctuation as punctuation that slows a word, a phrase, or a sentence down. Since we're not on the sentence level yet, we're just going to help students turn these toys into tools by thinking about punctuation as yellow signs that are caution signs in the middle of a street. And so let me share my screen with you so you can see our lesson that I will email all of you that are in the editing webinar and the swag webinar. Those of you that are not in it are welcome to watch this first portion for free, just so you can pique your interest and see if it's something that you might be interested in. So it's called GPS, Getting Pretty Specific. Capital zooming in with capital geography, comma, short bounce, capital spelling, comma, capital punctuation, comma, and capital capitalization. And what I've done is, using geography, I have the sun and the 10 planets that we're now used to hearing about, plus our moon, and I put Pluto back because they've taken him away. So let's go ahead and with today's free training, you're going to get to see all the way to step 6. So the name of our planets and the name of the sun are capitalized. The sun, the sun. My son, no. My son's name, yes. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, capital. But if I say planet, a sun, just in general, no. Your GPS location, the center of your universe, is probably on a street, singular, or it's in a subdivision, singular, an apartment, singular, a specific address that has numbers and a word. That way we know your GPS location. Even your school has an address that might have a number and a word and the word road or avenue. So for a moment, pause the video and practice saying the name of your subdivision if you live in one, your apartment complex, or your street. I live at 635 Capitol Ellis, Capitol Avenue in Capitol Alamo, comma, Capitol, Texas. So, since no one gets to hear you, you get to keep yours private. Go ahead and pause it for a second and say the name of your subdivision, the name of your apartment, or your street number and address, and your school name and address. And then we'll get into the next part. I'll pause for a few seconds to let you pause if you want to. Okay, number 2, city. That's singular. Singular means one place. And since we're talking about geography, I'm going to go ahead and show you what the entire video is going to practice compared to what this free one's going to practice. We're going to go from city to cities, city apostrophe S, to cities plural, to cities plural possessive. And then we're going to branch out to the next ones, which will be, let me see if I can zoom down so that you see all of it. Our Jupiter will do the same thing with county, all the way to the name of my county and yours. Saturn will be state, singular, plural, singular possessive, plural possessive, the name of your state or a few states to practice. And then for extra credit, we're going to see if you know how to draw the state that you live in. Some of you, if I ask you what state you live in, if I'm talking to students, you might live in the state of capital confusion because you don't know the difference between a state and a county. And then when we get to Neptune, we'll get to, Uranus, we'll get to a country and all of its different spellings and punctuations and its proper noun, the name of our country. Then we'll go to Neptune, which has our continent, and Pluto, which has our planets. It has the planets, the names of all the planets, our galaxies, something that belongs to the galaxy, something that belongs to galaxies, and our galaxy, singular, possessive name. So let's practice numbers 2 through 6 so we can see how this works. City. So we're going to learn a singular consonant Y, singular to plural rule on several of these that have a consonant and a Y, and you'll see that city, county, country all have a consonant Y ending, and so I'm going to show you how to practice that so that you can learn how to spell them correctly, how to punctuate which ones correctly, and how to use capital letters when they become proper nouns. So number 1, city, singular. So teach your kids that you're going to say the word once and use it in a sentence. I live in a beautiful city. So I'm going to practice jumping rope. C-I-T-Y, city, singular. Number 3, Venus is going to be singular, singular, possessive, singular, possessive. Something that belonged to the city. The cities, city, singular, possessive, drainage, where I'm at right now, is not very good. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at so that you don't know who I'm criticizing politely. C I T Y apostrophe S. Now, what you could do is throw your jump rope away and put a hula hoop, and you can practice the spelling and be able to have your hands free to do a real or imaginary ball. So if you don't have a ball with you, when I toss the real ball, you toss your imaginary ball. Ready? So we're going to, because this one has an apostrophe, we'll use a hula hoop, imaginary. City, singular, possessive. C I T Y apostrophe S, and I drew an S on my shirt like Superman. Number 4, let's go to Earth and do plural, cities. So if I say number 3, cities, but I don't do anything that has to do with punctuation, your students are not going to pay attention that even though those sound the same, they look differently, and they're going to confuse a lot of kids. So I'm going to say cities this time, which means plural. All right. So I'm going to do my hula hoop. My jump rope. I, T, and I want you to notice that because it's a consonant Y, we're going to drop the Y. So students and or teachers, when I say drop the Y, you're just going to collapse it to the table. Drop the Y. We're in slow motion. Come back to life and add I, E, S. Cities. And so pay close attention during this free video how we're going to make sure that we do extra time and extra practice with all of these other geographical regions in our known universe. Number 5, the moon is going to be plural, possessive. Cities. Oh, let me go ahead and do number 4 in a sentence. The 2 cities, we'll say the 3 cities, plural, that make up the school district that my children go to are FAR, comma, San Juan, comma, and Alamo. So I was able to hold my real ball and practice putting on a cap, okay? Or I can just say cities. There are many cities having problems with crime these days. Cities. And so my kids know you have to do the plural version of that. Number 5, moon, cities, plural, possessive, plural, possessive. That means more than one city own something. So if you draw an imaginary wall, let me annotate real quick with yellow because we're talking about slowing down. If I draw a little wall right here on this one, that means whatever we're talking about over here belongs to cities. And if I draw a wall in front of this one, The possessive wall, whatever we're talking about over here, belongs to one city. And this is always going to be tested. And so we have to practice that simple thing so that we don't have issues when it comes to singular, 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 possessive, plural, plural, possessive, which is the one we're going to practice right now. I'll say it, and that's it. Cities. The cities. Notice that I tossed the ball after I said cities. Cooperation during a huge fire or other emergency must be very amazing. Cities, plural possessive. So let's practice. C, I, T, I, E, S. So we would, again, C-I-T, drop the Y and add I, E, S, and then we would add our apostrophe. Number 6, the name of a city, singular, singular. We'll use the city that I'm working with this week. Capital, Farwell. Cities. Another city that I passed to get here. 2 cities that I traveled through are 2 cities, just plural. Number 6 is just plural. That I passed through to get here were capital, Lubbock, and capital, San, capital, Antonio, period. So there you have it. That is the free portion of the lesson of practicing regions with spelling, singular, singular, possessive, singular, possessive, plural, plural, possessive, and the name of that singular or that plural city or county or state or country, continent, planet, galaxy. God bless you guys. Please share this video with your writing teacher friends, and you have yourself an amazing evening, singular.